Greetings and welcome to One Sparkle Love, Spirituality in a Modern World, presented by Unisparkle Muse LLC. And sure, everybody likes everything look pretty, but guess what? This is called the real deal and the real life. Get it? Got it? Good. Live it? Love it? There you go. Alright, now, today is Saturday, so I'm making my oatmeal loaded. Typical. So you've got remember, your hand is the best measuring cup in the world. Your fist is the size of your stomach, okay? So, when I'm cooking, I'm going to do a handful of this, a half a hand of that, 2 hands of that. Maybe then I'll switch up to a tablespoon and a teaspoon. Typically, that's cooking. Let's see, my daughter is 42, my son is 40. So guess what? I've been cooking a long time. Back when I was married, 20 years, so my children's father, pretty much it was for 15 years, I would make a 20-course meal for every Christmas. And you got his family. He's got 11 brothers and sisters. So you can imagine each of my children have 50 cousins, all right? It was a big old hoopla. So Mexican families, you celebrate Christmas on Christmas Eve. So we go to their house, and they do all the cooking, and you enjoy. And the next day, they all come to my house. Everybody would go where the children are. So everybody would come to my house, and my family would come. So I'm cooking for a boatload of people, 20-course meal, you know, the turkey, the stuffing, the whole shebang, right? So it's like no big whoop. You start at 4 a.m., guess what? The world meditates at 4 a.m. You pray, you're praying to God. When you meditate, you communicate with God. It is 4 a.m. somewhere in the world, all right? So you start your cooking at 4 a.m., always first and foremost. What is your music? When you are creating, because you're creating kosher motif, kosher balance, motif, lifestyle. So what are you doing? You're creating kosher motif, all right? Now, for my oatmeal loaded, I cook it every week, and men, 3 servings of fruit a day, women are 5 servings of fruit a day, teenagers are 6 servings of fruit a day. So I got my servings of fruit a day in my oatmeal loaded, which is 5-quart pan. You put in 3 quarts of water, and then you go to town. So I'm going to have my 5. I'm going to also have my herbs. Well, you got the powerhouse of seeds, number 1. I have 3 different seeds. Number 4 on the powerhouse is pumpkin seeds, all right? So it blows me away when these men that think they're God and they have to blow up pumpkins and prove a point. Do you know how much nutrients is in that pumpkin? And you have to mutilate another species? What world do you live in? You like playing God, mutilating, because you're cutting, pureeing, sauteing, shredding another species. A carrot, it's another species. You love playing God, right? Alright. Stop the shenanigan crap. Now, before you create your own karma, for Pete's sake, because that karma will live with you in each lifetime until you learn how to come to terms with it. When you are mutilating another species, what do? You say, thank you for giving your life for me. And you mean it with your whole heart. That's the only way that you will create pure love. There's different levels of love. And really, you don't know pure love because that's up in 5D, 5th dimension. You only know 3D love, which is conditional and unconditional love. You cannot get to 5D unless you lived it many lifetimes ago, okay? So here we go. We got the powerhouse of seeds. And of course, I make my own herbal blend. So there are 31 different herbs for my medical issues. And then you must eat wheat because you must eat fiber to regulate body parts. So bulgur wheat is the best wheat there is when you're doing plant-based foods. The other ones will plug you up, okay? And then you're going to have, because I'm Gemini, it's lavender. So we got dried lavender, 1 tablespoon in my oatmeal loaded. These are the things I add. And because I got the carrots going on, and then I'm going to cut them and I'm going to put them in my dehydrator. I have 3. That's how you save your buco bucks, right? And then I added 1 handful of dried apricot, 2 handfuls of cran raisins. Then I'm going to add in the other 2 parmesans, cut them up. And then that's a new one. That's a new ingredient I haven't done before. I did it last weekend, and I'm going to do it this weekend. That'll be it for a couple months. And then I decided I'm going to try out some dragon fruit. Okay, so alright. So how do you open this bad boy, right? To get out the meat. So come to find out, the guy that worked at the ranch market, he said that you just cut the ends off, you slice it in half, and you cut it out. The meat of the dragon fruit, it's like a prickly pear cactus fruit. You just cut off the ends and scoop out the middles, and there you go. So I'm going to be trying that in there. So what it is when it comes to food nutrition, you basically have, add 1 or 2 ingredients, subtract 1 or 2 ingredients. You got a brand new ingredient, all right? So then you got your herbs, you got your seeds, you got your fiber, and then you got your veggies, and then you got your fruit. That's why it's called oatmeal loaded. 1 cup of dried oats, and then let it do its thing for 30 minutes, and voila, breakfast is ready. Yeah, my fingers get in the way because I'm learning how to do this phone camera. It's way more convenient than my Mac camera, alright? It's the same concept, it's just smaller and bigger. Whoop-de-doo, don't care. Alright. Now, while it's doing its thing, you're doing your thing. And that means that you're cutting up. So I'm cutting up the carrots, and then I'm going to cut up the yams were cheaper this week at the store. The purple yams. So I'm going to do the yams instead of sweet potatoes. Sweet potatoes are actually better for you. But for this week, we're having that because Thanksgiving's coming. So I'm going to be cutting it up and making yam fries with my pumpkin fries. Yeah, I cut up pumpkins, took out all the stuff, and then cut it up, and then part of it I blend it so I have pumpkin sauce. So I've been doing pumpkin for like a couple months, and that's the way life is when you need to do a bit of a change. So I have my towel because things have a habit of juices decide they need to go flowing everywhere. I don't need everything everywhere. I just need it to stay where it's supposed to be. So I have my towel, and that's an easy cleanup. And I wipe everything off. And then I get my sponge with my soap. And then I just wipe everything off. And, all this crap that's on the blades, the blinds, is simply for whoever lived here before. Now I got some cleaner. And I just got to hire a cleaning woman to come in and go to town, take away all the nasties. And that's just another day, not today. After cancer treatments, you go through cancer side effects, and then you go through healing, and come to find out, a lot of my enzymes aren't working correctly, so I have to help them out. So that's why you take certain nutrients, and the nutrients will help you to activate your enzymes. And when your enzymes are active, then you don't live in SAD foods anymore, because SAD disease is seasonal affective disorder. You only get 9 months or less of sun. If you're not getting 12 months of sun, you have SAD disease, and you're eating SAD foods. So there you go. You got to eat the correct foods to activate your enzymes. And life is love, love is life. Blessing from Reverend Dr. Juanita Lewis, DDIV, PhD, and thank you for your support.